So hello everybody, welcome to you on my next topic, that is the myasthenia gravis, right? And this topic will be very simple for you to understand because already you have studied that skeletal muscle relaxant. The mechanism will be somewhat similar to that one. That is why it will be very easy for you to understand, right? Okay. So myasthenia gravis, it is also said as the grave muscle weakness. That means a serious muscle weakness. In this disease, there is a progressive muscle weakness gradually. Okay? Now we need to look after, we need to look upon why this is happening, right? Alright, so as per the definition, so myasthenia gravis is a kind of acute autoimmune disorder causing the skeletal muscle fatigability and weakness. Muscle fatigue, the word is very important, right? So fatigue means a kind of, we can say, extreme tiredness, right? When your muscles will feel extreme tired and weak. For example, if you are doing very hard exercise for a long period of time, right? In that time your muscles will feel somewhat weak or somewhat muscle fatigue. So it is a disease where maybe you are not doing anything. Maybe you are not doing any kind of exercise, you are not doing any hard work, but then also your muscles will be, will be considered as a fatigue. And you'll feel like weak, right? So it will again getting worse if you keep on doing the exercise, right? Then if you put yourself at rest, then it will be vanished. Okay, so it is said that the myasthenia gravis, as this one is a kind of autoimmune disorder, right? Autoimmunity, we know whenever your own immune system could not recognize your own component of the body. Your immune system could not recognize your own component. As usual, what happen if anything is getting entered to your body, maybe the bacteria, virus, right? Any unwanted substance, all these are considered as the antigen. So against this antigen, our that T cell, B cell, T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes will produce some kind of antibody, right? Immunoglobulins. So this antibody will try to inhibit that antigen. This is actually what is happening. But in case of the autoimmune disorder, what is happening? Your own immune system could not recognize your own body parts. And we are saying this one as an autoimmune disorder. So myasthenia gravis is a kind of autoimmune disorder where it is said that immunoglobulin G antibody will be produced. And this antibody will bind with the NM receptor, right? Of the muscle end plate, neuromuscular junctions, right? So what this NM receptor will be doing, we studied already. In case of the somatic nervous system, there is a secretion of acetylcholine in the neuromuscular junction. Sorry. So this acetylcholine will go and bind with the NM receptor. Finally, there is a depolarization, right? So what will happen? Muscle contraction will be there. So in this case, in case of this myasthenia gravis, that immunoglobulin G antibody will bind with the NM receptor. Okay? That means this immunoglobulin will consider this NM receptor as antigen. Your own body parts, NM receptor, but your immunoglobulin will be considered, this NM receptor will be considered as antigen by this immunoglobulin G antibody. Finally, there is a antigen antibody reactions, and this receptor will be destroyed, right? There are certain mechanisms by which receptors are destroyed. I'll let you know in the later parts. So finally, what will happen? Reduction in the amplitude of the end plate potential. If there is, we know that acetylcholine will bind with the NM receptor, there is a depolarization, right? So if very less NM receptor will be available for binding, what will happen? Less depolarization will be there, and this less depolarization will fails to trigger an action potential. There will be no generation of any kind of action potential, and finally there is no muscle contraction. Just think of a voltage, right? We need, suppose to move a fan, to move any, to glow any kind of light, to switch on the TV or something like that, we need with a certain amount of electricity voltage, 220 to 240 volt. By any means, if there is a decrease in the voltage, कभी क्या होता है, ट्रांसफार्मर में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया, राइट? घर के अंदर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया, आजकल तो फिलहाल नहीं होता है, लेकिन पहले जमाने में बहुत सारा होता था. ठीक है, इन द विलेज एरिया देयर इज ऑलवेज डिक्रीज इन द वोल्टेज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा, तो द फैन विल मूव वेरी स्लोली. दैट मीन्स द एक्यूरेट that one action potentials will not be generated. Here electricity will not be generated, but in case of this neuromuscular junction, we'll say this one as a action potentials. So less action potential, what will happen, your muscle contraction will not be proper, and we will feel like there is a muscle fatigability and a kind of weakness, right? So we need to understand the word fatigability or fatigue. It is a feeling of overtired with low energy and a strong desire to sleep. Overtired, very tired, very tired. Now this kind of fatigue can be of that physiological fatigue as well as psychological fatigue. Okay, in general I'm saying about this myasthenia gravis right now. So in general, fatigue can be of two types. Physiological fatigue means what? If a person is doing some hard work, muscle exercise all the time, then what will happen? Your muscle requires what? Energy. From where it will get the energy? From the glucose, right? So it will take up, the muscles will take up the glucose, and this glucose will be converted to lactic acid finally, and there is a liberation of that one, ATPs. है. So more and more utilization of this kind of glucose by the muscle, more and more lactic acid will be produced. Finally what? Also carbon dioxide, along with the lactic acid, carbon dioxide will also be produced. So finally what will happen? In general, this carbon dioxide and lactic acid has to be excreted by the body by means of certain mechanisms. Okay? Now there is a certain limitation. The production of this kind of lactic acid and excretion should be maintained. So if you are doing very hard work means what? More lactic acid or carbon dioxide will be produced. In that case, if the excretion is less, your muscles will feel fatigue. This is the physiological fatigue, and in this kind of fatigue we have a muscle pain. Right? A psychological fatigue is somewhat by means of some kind of depressions. You are not doing any kind of exercise, you are not doing any kind of hard work, but the thing is that suppose you are going for a job which you are not liking, some kind of boring job, some kind of something wrong happened in your in your family, because of what you are somewhat depressed. In this case, you'll feel like sleeping all the time, you'll feel like lethargy. So this is what we call as a kind of psychological fatigue. But that's not the point of discussions. My point of discussion is the physiological fatigue and myasthenia gravis is not similar. Right? In case of physiological fatigue, there is a muscle pain associated with that one. But in myasthenia gravis, it is a progressive disorder. That is why there is no pain at all. The person will not be feeling any kind of pain at all. Right? Alright. So this is the pathophysiology, how that myasthenia gravis is occurring. Right? So as I told you, in this disease, right, an autoantibody will be produced, which is the IgG antibody against the NM receptor. This is the basic concept, right? IgG antibody autoimmunity by means of the autoimmunity, auto antibody will be produced against the NM receptor. Then what will happen? That antibody will bind with the NM receptor, right? So if the antibody binds with the NM receptor, then what will happen? Then block binding of acetylcholine to NM receptor, first thing. Here you see, right? Here you see. This is suppose the NM receptor. Okay, here. Now this is a kind of antibody. The antibody is binding with the NM receptor. This is the neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter cannot bind with that. Okay? So there is no interaction of acetylcholine to NM receptor. Finally, what will happen? No depolarization. है ना? No generation of action potential, muscle fatigue. Again, it can do increase degradation of NM receptor by cross-linking and endocytosis. So what is the main purpose of an antibody? It will destroy the antigen, and in this case, already I told you, in this case, NM receptor is considered as an antigen. Getting my point? Right? So here what will happen? There is a cross-linkage. Cross-linkage, I mean, this is a process. You will understand this one better if you study this immunity mechanisms, maybe in the biotechnology. Okay? So just to try to understand, this antibody will bind with this NM receptor. Here also antibody will bind with this NM receptor. Now there is a cross linkage will occur. Okay? There is a cross linkage, some kind of linkage, some kind of bonding will be produced among the receptors and the antibody. Now slowly what will happen? This receptor will try to hide. It will try to get inside. It will try to get inside. This is what we call as endocytosis. है ना? Cell eating. This is neuromuscular junction, no? So it's a kind of cell. So it will try to eat the own NM receptor. That means less NM receptor will be available for binding with the acetylcholine. Again, there is a less depolarization, muscle fatigue. Here, one more thing I must tell you. See, if the acetylcholine cannot bind with the NM receptor, that means in that neuromuscular we have access in the acetylcholine. Because this is unbound. The acetylcholine cannot bind with the receptor. We have certain access. Now what will happen? Can you tell me? Is it going to stay like acetylcholine in the same form, or some other mechanisms will be happening? Can you remember we studied in case of this production, release of this kind of acetylcholine, synthesis and release. What will happen? We have through acetylcholine esterase enzyme. This enzyme will immediately degrade this acetylcholine to choline and acetate. That means it will be secreted. It cannot bind, immediately it will be degraded. Secreted, cannot bind, immediately it will be degraded. Getting my points? Next, another one, it will, this kind of binding of or like generation of this kind of what is called as antibody. This antibody will activate a complement system, right? It will activate a complement system. Again, I'm telling you, it is a part of the immunity mechanisms. Okay, this complement system, I think you studied these things in pathophysiology, right? Complement system, inflammatory mediators, so what this complement system will do? This complement system along with the antibody will try to kill the antigens. Now here what this complement system will do, it will try to destruct this kind of folding, right? You see, although if we write, we can say, so many times I have shown you ki, suppose this one is the Just a minute, huh? Okay, so many types I have just shown you the junction of neuromuscular junction in this way. This is the presynaptic nerve and this is the muscle and plate. Simply I have shown you this way. Here we have this NM receptors, but actually there is a kind of folding here. There is a kind of folding here. It's not like a straight line. The neuromuscular junction cells are not a kind of straight line. Here we have a certain folding this way. This is the folding. What is the advantage of this kind of folding? Increase in the surface area. That means more receptors will be exposed for the binding with the acetylcholine, है ना? इसमें देखो अगर ये पूरा सीधा होता तो क्या होता, सरफेस एरिया कमती होता ना, ये बाइंडिंग ऐसा वाला फोल्डिंग है, इसलिए we have increase in the surface area. So this complement system, what it will do, it will destroy this kind of foldings. This fold will be destructed. Finally there is a destruction of receptors also which is present out there in this kind of foldings. Okay, so we have studied these 3 points. First one is a blocking of this binding, second was increased degradation, second one's the third one complement mediated destruction of the folds. Last one is the thymus gland. The thymus gland, like it's showing a very huge responsibility in case of this kind of myasthenia gravis. Thymus gland we know already, right? Along with this, near to the, we can say that at the neck itself, right? So we have this thymus gland, है? So what is the purpose of this thymus gland? It is responsible for the production of T cells, है? T cell will be produced, T lymphocytes. T lymphocyte is a immunity cell also, है? T lymphocyte. Exactly what is T lymphocyte? It is a part of the blood, है? But then also we say T lymphocyte is responsible for what? WBCs are responsible for what? Immunity, है? So this T lymphocyte will activate the B lymphocyte. Now this B lymphocyte will produce the antibody. This is the actual mechanism, right? Normal mechanism that is happening in case of the normal functioning of this thymus gland in case of the immunity. But sometimes there is a occurrence of the thymic tumor, that means the tumor of the thymus gland. Although it is a kind of benign tumor, but it can be malignant if it is not treated, right? This is what we call as the thymoma, right? So 25% of the patients suffering from myasthenia gravis is found to have this thymoma, and 75% of the patients suffering from myasthenia gravis is found to have thymus hyperplasia. Hyperplasia माने क्या इसलिए? What was that? क्या था वो? We studied in pathophysiology. Increase in the number of cells. Some unwanted cells will be produced, maybe in a thymoma or maybe in a thymus hyperplasia. So what it will do? It will lead to the autoreactive T cell. Usually T cells are not autoreactive. The T cells will be react if there is a entering of the antigen to your body. But because of this kind of hyperplasia or tumor, excess cell, so this cell, what it will do, it will express the acetylcholine receptor. Maniki, again I am telling you, see here you just look at this pen. Suppose this one is the excess cells produced by means of the thymoma or as well as the thymus hyperplasia, right? So in this case what will happen, here maybe this excess cell will express here one new receptor will be produced. This is the, we can say, characteristic of this kind of maybe the tumor cell or this hyperplasia, right? So this cell characteristic is similar to that of the acetylcholine. That is why we are saying this one is a express acetylcholine receptor antigen. Now it is a new thing to the body. These cells are new to the body and this receptor is new to the body. So automatically what will happen? Your immunity system will be activated, and automatically what will happen? one antibody against this receptor will be produced. No doubt there may be a reaction in between this antibody and this receptor, but finally the same antibody can block the original acetylcholine receptor also, na? So NM receptor is what? This is the acetylcholine receptor. This is a kind of, are you getting my points or not? This is a kind of what? Acetylcholine receptor, NM receptor. So again I am telling you, this excess cell will express this kind of acetylcholine receptor, for example NM receptor. Now our body will recognize this one as a antigen, so our body will produce the antibody against this one. Okay, so this antibody will try to kill this antigen, but also as your blood is full of the antibody, now same antibody can destroy this receptor also. Getting my points? So finally what will happen, there is a antibody receptor interaction and NM receptor will be destroyed, right? That's for mechanism. Alright, so in case of this symptoms at the early stage, what will happen, the first moving muscles will be affected first. For example, the eyelids, the muscles of the mouth, right, the lips, these are somewhat first moving muscles. So what can happen, ptosis, dropping of one or both eyelids. This is the condition we can see. This is the condition where one or both eyelids tend to be drop down this way. Diplopia, double vision, if you observe this picture you will find. Okay, this is a edited picture, but if in case of the person suffering from myasthenia gravis, the normal things they can see this way only, right? So next one is the dysarthria. Okay, this is what we call as the slurring of speech or problem in speaking. That fellow, that patient will try to pronounce the things properly, but they cannot do this one, right? And next what we say is that dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing, कुछ खाने में problem होगा उसमें, problem in chewing. Okay. At the later stage, what will happen? The extremities will suffer. Extremities means what? That arm, leg, neck, finger, etc. So it will have this, that fatigue and weakness, right? So if it is the extreme conditions, right? If the myasthenia gravis in extreme conditions, we say this one is a myasthenic crisis. So this one, so it leads to the respiratory muscle paralysis, right? So this respiratory muscle paralysis is a severe disorder where maybe the patients need to supply by the ventilations, right? Artificial ventilations have to be there. Okay, so next the diagnosis. How it is come to know that the person is having the myasthenia gravis? First thing, by measuring the anti-acetylcholine receptor antibody, by means of this immunoprecipitation assay. It is a kind of immunological assays, right? So I don't know whether you people are just aware or not. So many laboratory technologies we have, by means of what we are determining, for example, vitamin D determinations, any other component determinations of our body are done by means of this immunological assays, right? So here also, if we determine that antibody, auto-antibody, right, so definitely we'll come to know that there is a, we can say, myasthenia gravis, right? Because this is the main clinical features, not exactly clinical features, this is what is happening in case of this myasthenia gravis. The next test is very, very important. Edrophonium test. Edrophonium is what we studied already. It is a reversible inhibitor of acetylcholinesterase. Okay, reversible, that means whatever acetylcholine will be secreted on the neuromuscular junctions, although it cannot bind with the NM receptor, but then also it cannot be degraded if you apply this adrophonium. Why? Because it will inhibit the acetylcholine esterase. So acetylcholine जैसा था वैसा ही रहेगा वहां पे. This is the main motto. ठीक है. So adrophonium is a short acting reversible inhibitor of acetylcholine esterase. Right? It is a short acting, very short acting. Now the point is how it is done. ठीक है. How it is done. You see, muscle paralysis. If we have studied already in case of this neuromuscular blocking agents, okay, that means that one skeletal muscle relaxants. If there is a muscle paralysis क्यों हो सकता है? First one, if there is a cholinergic crisis, that means if there is a excess cholinergic activation, depolarizing blockers, can you remember? है ना, excess cholinergic, acetylcholine बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, then also there can be a muscle paralysis. Or if there is a myasthenia gravis, acetylcholine बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा, then there is also a muscle paralysis, right? Fatigability is leading at last, muscle fatigue will lead at last muscle paralysis. Now अभी मान लो certain persons are having some kind of muscle weakness or muscle fatigue. ठीक है. So if you administer adrophonium in a very small dose, if the conditions are getting worsened, ठीक है, cholinergic, whatever the cholinergic side effects would be there, वो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा. That means this is because of excess acetylcholine. Yes or no? है ना? उल्टा करके सोचो, suppose you have excess in the acetylcholine on a neuromuscular junction, that is why you have muscle paralysis. ठीक है. उसमें अगर फिर से if you are giving adrophonium which is resisting the acetylcholine esterase to degrade the acetylcholine, क्या होगा? That conditions will be worsened. बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, है ना? अगर ज्यादा हो गया after administration of this adrophonium, if you found your cholinergic side effects are getting more, it is worsened, that means this is not because of this myasthenia gravis. ये muscle paralysis or muscle weakness जो है, this is because of excess in the acetylcholine. It may be due to the cholinergic crisis. ठीक है ना? As I told you, it can happen in case of this cerebral palsy, right? But after administration of adrophonium, if you found कि the situations are getting good, the situations are getting normal, improving of the conditions, that means what? It may be due to the myasthenia gravis. Whatever the acetylcholine will be synthesized, it will go for degradation, na? It will go for degradation. That is why there is a we can say myasthenia gravis, because acetylcholine cannot bind with this receptor, है ना? So if you give this adrophonium which will block this one, now the availability of the acetylcholine will be more here. Availability of the acetylcholine will be more. If the availability is more, that is, then what will happen? Concentration of this acetylcholine will be more in the neuromuscular junction, and there is a chance that the acetylcholine will go and bind with the NM receptor. Okay? In this way, what is happening? The test is done. Getting my points? Okay? Again, I'm telling you, if you administer adrophonium, okay, if the situation is getting worse, that means this is by means of the cholinergic crisis, excess of cholinergic activity. And the situations are getting improved, that means this is by means of the myasthenia gravis, and you need to keep on doing the treatment. right? So final one is a CT scan of thymus to know whether is there any hyperplasia or then thymoma or etc. Okay. Next, the treatment or the drugs. First, we have to use the anti-acetylcholinesterase agents. Okay, that means anticholinesterase enzymes, agents, right? So neostigmine, pyridostigmine, ambenonium. Why? To make the acetylcholine available for binding, to increase the concentration of the acetylcholine. Neostigmine, pyridostigmine, ambenonium, what it will do? It will block the cholinesterase enzymes. Acetylcholine जैसा था वैसा ही रहेगा. तो increase in the concentration of acetylcholine, ठीक है? It can bind with the neuromuscular junctions. Immunosuppressants. Immunosuppressant means what? The autoimmunity will be suppressed. Okay, these are the main two drugs. But apart from the drugs, we have another treatment procedure. This is what we call as a thymectomy. Thymectomy means the thymus gland will be taken out of the body. This is what we call as thymectomy. Na rahega baas, na bajegi basuri, right? Okay. So the next process is, what is this one? You see, here you can see, right? Plasmapheresis. Plasmapheresis is a technology where your blood will be removed from you. Okay? Then your blood will be treated. If any unwanted product is there on your blood, it will be taken out of the blood. Then again the blood will be inserted to your body. Here you see, suppose this one is a patient. The blood is taken out here. In case of this myasthenia gravis, the blood will be taken out. Here the plasma separator, right? Now the plasma separator, what it will do? It will separate the plasma as well as the cells, blood cells. Now the plasma will move to the another chamber. Okay? Plasma filter. Okay? So what it will do? The plasma will contain the antibody. Autoantibody. The autoantibody will be isolated. It will be discarded, and again, okay, the filtrated plasma along with the cells will be inserted to the human body. Plasmapheresis. Okay. Another one, intravenous immunoglobulin therapy. लोहा लोहे को काटता है, right? What is happening? Suppose this is the acetylcholine receptor. Here what will happen? Autoantibody will be secreted against this acetylcholine receptor, and there is a cause of myasthenia gravis. Now if you infuse the immunoglobulin, which is again an antibody, now this infused antibody will bind with this antibody, and this antibody will be destroyed. First mechanism. Okay? Now if there is a presence of large amount of immunoglobulin, ठीक है, ऑलरेडी इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन बहुत सारा है बॉडी में, then what will happen? Your feedback mechanisms will be activated. Now this feedback mechanism will suppress the production of this immunoglobulin, host immunoglobulin. है ना? What is happening? The B cell will produce the autoantibody. Now it will convert to as a plasma cell. This is the process of immunity. Now so many autoantibodies will be produced. Getting my point? But if you infused large quantities of antibodies, immunoglobulin, okay, this large quantity immunoglobulin will not allow this B cell or plasma cell to produce that same autoantibody. Getting my points or not? Okay. Okay, so this is all about this therapies. Next, certain drugs, those who can induce myasthenia gravis. Right? This is similar to certain drugs, those who can induce those who can interfere in case of the skeletal muscle relaxants. Right? We studied already. Skeletal muscle relaxants we already studied. So what are the drugs which can interfere, ठीक है, which can interfere in case of this skeletal muscle relaxations. So all the drugs you may not be knowing, कुछ कुछ तो मालूम होगा इसमें तुम लोगों को देख के, राइट? So जितना हो सके याद कर लो, other things not required, we'll study later on. Okay, so this is the end of this topic. Hope you have understood nicely. Okay, if you have any problem you can ask questions. Thank you.